Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Season 3 finale of the classic wrestling series. Episode 30. Wow, of Season 3. This has been a long time coming. And I'm looking forward to my 5 weeks off after this episode has aired. I'm not going to lie. And also to be catching up on some current wrestling. Can't wait. So the last 2 weeks have actually had a bit of a theme, surprisingly. Bad Blood 2003 had a Hell in a Cell match, and last week's show also had a Hell in a Cell match. And this week, we've got a Hell in a Cell match as the main event. I did not plan this in any way, shape or form until probably a few days, maybe early this morning when I was like, you know what? I mentioned Cactus Jack and Triple H inside Hell in a Cell last week for the CWS, so why don't we review that match and review the show in general. We are watching No Way Out 2000. Man, this is going to be fun. Triple H and Cactus Jack inside the Hell in a Cell for our main event, but our opening contest is for both the Intercontinental and European Championships. It is Kurt Angle, the European Champion at the time, taking on Chris Jericho, the Intercontinental Champion. Let's get to this one. So, we just had Kurt Angle taking on Chris Jericho inside our opening contest for the Intercontinental European Championships. This was a fun matchup. It's Angle and Jericho. Of course, this is going to be a really fun matchup between the two pairings. So, at the end of it all, Jericho goes for his moonsault, and then gets hit with, I think it's the European Championship belt, to basically win the match and win both belts. It was a really fun, entertaining matchup between the two men. Counter, Jericho being really good, Angle being good at this time as well. This is his rookie year after all. And to end his rookie year holding both belts, it's pretty fucking cool, I'll be honest with you. The Jericho and Angle would go into a triple threat match with Benoit for both belts. So just to nicely put a bow on that feud. So right now we've got the Dudley Boys talking about their matchup coming up. I think there's I think they're going in a tables match. Oh, let's find out. So we just had the Dudley Boys taking on the New Age Outlaws for the WWF Tag Team Championships. Oh, you didn't know? Sorry, I had to do that one. But yeah, this was actually quite an entertaining matchup. Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon came from ECW, if you did not know. Never went to don't believe they went to WCW. Could be wrong on that one. But yeah, this was a very interesting matchup. You have really two heel teams going at it for the tag team titles, which is one of those things where it shouldn't really work, but it kind of does. The fans did want the Dudleys to win, and after a 3D, after hitting Mr. Badass Billy Gunn with a lead pipe from Bubba, we did eventually get Team 3D getting the win, and I believe their second tag team title reign in the WWF. Very entertaining. And then we had a Kurt Angle celebration with the fans. Quite weird to see that, even though, Angle's a heel, but it's one of them. But now, oh god, we have Mark Henry taking on Viscera. So this is a carry-on from the Mae Young is pregnant storyline and gave birth to a hand. Sweet merciful shit. Let's have a look at this matchup. Let's do it. So we just had Viscera versus Mark Henry, and okay, if you weren't following the story, you would think this is bad. And it is. It's a Mark Henry versus fucking Viscera match. It's bad. The wrestling is awful. However, the story, a lot of people can actually get behind and understand and get to that point where they would believe it would be a real storyline again, and they would want to see Viscera get his ass kicked. The problem is, this is a shit match, and even the fans were chanting, boring. Mark Henry wins after a scoop power slam. Legitimately, not even the world's strongest slam. One of those matches. But it was okay for what it was. It wasn't bad, it was okay. So, with that all being said, We have Billy Gunn backstage being checked upon by his by one of the EMTs just to make sure his arm's okay. And right now we've got the Hardy Boys. All right, Hardy Boys versus I think it's Edge and Christian. Ooh, Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian. Okay, this could be good. Let's get to it. So we just had Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys, and this isn't one of their better matches. I'll be honest with you. But it was still a fun matchup. Edge and Christian get the win after Christian gets the unprettier onto Matt. After Terry distracts the Hardy Boys, which is very fucking weird. But I think it furthers the storyline with those three, the Hardys and Terry, to bring in Lita further down to pair Matt and Jeff with Lita to then make it Team Extreme. It's one of them. But Matt Hardy, Jeff, Edge, Christian in this day and age. This was a really fun tag team matchup. Like, if you want to check it out, check it out. It's not as good as some of their future stuff, but it is a fun matchup to watch. I will say that. So we also had a quick promo from Edge and Christian saying, we wanted to win fairly, and Edge just turns around and goes, no, we want to fucking win. Matt and Jeff would have done it if that all happened. So, yeah, fuck them, kind of thing. We also have Big Show coming out basically saying he's going to become the #1 contender for the title of Mania, because we still don't know what's happening with that. We'll explain that when we get to the main event. But now it is time for Taz versus Big Boss Man. Let's get to this one. Okay, Taz versus Big Boss Man. Nothing match. This was basically just a 2 minutes kind of squash, and then Albert gets in the ring to basically attack Taz. I mean, Taz is holding his own against two men, I'll be honest with you. But he's just getting the shit kicked into him. This isn't a match. This is just a beatdown. Okay? Right. So far, worst thing on the show so far. Like, even Viscera, Henry, if you understood the storyline and you get the story, then, yeah, it would be, it's not enjoyable. It's not a good match, Mark Henry versus Viscera. But you can get behind the story to a degree, kind of thing. And plus, in hindsight, being 2020, we know what happens afterwards. It's one of them. So, let's get to our next matchup, shall we? So, we just had Undertaker versus Kane. Fucking hell. Kane versus X-Pac in a no-holds-barred match. So, very, very brief story about this. Tori was in love with Kane. X-Pac was friends with Kane. They decided to go, fuck you, ban, low blow, and basically get together. Body, bar. Hilarity ensues with DX and Kane. Bastards. So, no holds barred match. After Kane defeated Triple H and the Big Show for this opportunity in a no holds barred match. Very fun matchup, not gonna lie. Not that many uses of weapons, but the story was basically Kane going to destroy X-Pac. But that, it did happen. Tori gets a tombstone as well, but then X-Pac drop kicks the steel stairs into Kane after putting them up, and gets the win in an upset. This is a really fun matchup. It doesn't really use that much of the no holds barred style match. It could have just been a no DQ match or whatever, but it was fun. It was an entertaining matchup. It was a really good way to do things and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was fun. So, we are currently getting a promo for the No Way Out t-shirt. Whatever the fuck, okay, whatever. Who cares? We will get to our next matchup. And if it's what I think it is, oh boy, there's going to be a lot to tell. So I actually forgot about this match. Too Cool and Rikishi Fatu, he was actually known as Fatu at this time, versus the Radicals is Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, and Perry Saturn. Completely forgot about this. I'm actually not going to lie, I enjoyed this matchup. I actually thought it was really good. It was a fun matchup. It really fucking was. Eddie was with the Radicals, but because he got hit in the arm with the lead pipe, with a item, foreign object that he brought to the ring, he basically scarpers off. Then a really good 6-man tag happened. Like, I enjoyed this match. I think it's actually a secretly good matchup. Like, it's one that I forgot about it being here because I thought it just went into Big Show Rock, which is next. But I forgot about this 6-man tag. And I'm not going to lie, I enjoyed it. I really did. And obviously, Too Cool and Rikishi are dancing now. But yeah, this was really fucking good. Like, this was a fun matchup. I'm not gonna lie. It was entertaining as fuck. So, let's get to our... Rikishi wins with the bonsai drop onto Dean Malenko. Just for completionist's sake. So, let's get to our semi-main event, which is going to be Rock versus Big Show. Get into the story after the match. So, we just had the Undertaker versus The Rock. Fucking hell, Undertaker's not on the fucking card tonight. We've just had Big Show versus The Rock. So, story of bits going into it. Rock wins Royal Rumble 2000. However, Rock's feet were technically on the floor first, therefore Big Show wins the Rumble. Triple H wanted Big Show to prove it. He does numerous times. He actually does prove it 3 times to say, look, you know, I want my match. I want a rematch against The Rock for the number 1 contendership at Mania. Okay, cool. You get your rematch. That's fair. This match was actually, it wasn't too bad. It was good. It's it's Rock versus Big Show, so it's going to be good. But then Shane O'Mac comes out, hits Rock with a chair, and then Big Show gets the win. So we know one half of the main event, which we'll get to in a moment, because holy crap, this is a fantastic bullshit match, of Mania. Because this is Mania 2000, that leads into it. I think I have done Mania 2000. If not, we'll do that, but whatever. We will, anyway, deal with that. It's one of those things where it's like, I have to double check everything in between the takes to make sure I know what's happening in the CWS. So like I say, if I have done WrestleMania 2000, I'll have a link right here to it. If not, it will be done in Season 4 at some point. I do have a plan for the premiere of Season 4. So, Big Show wins with after Shane O'Mac interferes. So we know one half of the main event. It's Big Show taking on either Cactus Jack or Triple H after this match, which is our main event. Now, Cactus Jack, Triple H, Hell in a Cell. Holy crap, these guys have gone at it for numerous times. And right now, it was supposed to be Mankind, but Mankind got battered. But on SmackDown, Cactus Jack made his return and basically challenged for the WWF Championship. Triple H says, alright, cool, you can challenge for the belt. Your career's on the line. If you lose, you're gone. So it is career versus title. And again, we'll talk more about that after the main event. But Triple H versus Cactus Jack. Let's get to it. So we just had Triple H versus Cactus Jack inside of Hell in a Cell. And holy fuck, this was brutal. I remember this match being a little bit more brutal than I remembered. But fuck me, this was insane. Triple H throwing the steel stairs at Cactus Jack's face. Then the fucking back body drop through the cell, through the ring. Fuck, I forgot how bad that was. Like, that looked fucking painful as fuck. Like, how the fuck is Foley standing now? I will never fucking know that one. This match it's so... But the problem is, this match is so good. The storytelling in this match is really fucking good. I love this match for the storytelling. This is Cactus Jack's last chance to go to WrestleMania. Again, we'll explain that in a minute. So, he wants to win the match. He will do anything. He gets back up. He fucking gets put through the Spanish announce table. He climbs back up. He goes through the ring. He gets back up. A pedigree ends it and and Foley's loss. He stands up. He doesn't take the medical assistance. He walks out of the arena. How the fuck this man is still standing, I do not know. This match was really good. So, WrestleMania 2000, Fatal 4-Way. Foley comes back a few weeks later to basically because of Linda McMahon, and is put into the Fatal 4-Way match. Rock is put into it because of Vince. Obviously, Shane is with Big Show, and Stephanie's with Triple H. And I will say now as well, Stephanie did her job, did a damn good job of acting like a maniac in this match. The facial expressions she's pulled in this match were fucking amazing, and were just so good. And yeah, Foley gets a standing ovation. He does go to Mania. It's a fatal 4-way elimination match. It's such dirt. It's one of them. But this was such a fun match. I even forgot about the barbed wire on fire 2 before. I forgot about that one too. This was mental. It was insane. If you haven't checked it out, do me a favour and check this match out. It is a gem of a Hell in a Cell match. Like, this match isn't really talked about, and I don't know why, because it's so fucking good as the Hell in a Cell match. And story in general is so good too. I'm not gonna lie. So, with that all being said, that is season 3 of the CWS ended. I hope you had a lovely time. I will catch you guys on January the 8th for the season premiere of season 4 of the Classic Wrestling series. Take care, and TTFN. Ta-ta for now.